My wife stopped reaching for me. Do you know what that does to a man? To lie beside the woman you once adored, night after night, and feel only a hollow stretch of air where her warmth used to be. To extend your hand toward her only to watch her recoil, as if your touch is something toxic. That silence, that distance, it eats at you slowly. I thought I could survive it, until the night her best friend looked me straight in the eye and whispered words that shook everything. Kiss me. Intimacy never vanishes all at once. It erodes in tiny, invisible steps. Kiss missed before leaving for work. I turned back in bed. Excuses piling up like bricks. I'm tired. I've got a headache. Not tonight. First I brushed it off. We were both buried in responsibilities, worn down by long days. But as weeks turned to months, I began to see the truth. My wife wasn't exhausted. She was slipping away. I fought quietly to bring us back. I bought her flowers, arranged dinners, even planned a weekend trip, hoping maybe we just needed to remember each other. But she carried her distance like armor, an unseen wall between us. The worst part, she didn't seem to notice what it was doing to me. Do you know what it's like to crave the touch of someone who once couldn't keep their hands off you? To sit inches from your own wife and feel like you're invisible. That was my reality. And I told no one, because what man admits his wife no longer wants him? Except Rachel noticed. My wife's best friend. She'd always been around, dropping by unannounced, raiding our fridge like it was hers. She was loud, funny, alive. And lately, she had been asking questions I couldn't answer. You okay? She asked one evening after dinner, when my wife had disappeared upstairs. I forced a smile, but Rachel didn't believe it. Her eyes lingered too long, like she could see through me. That's where it started. Subtle things. She'd stay behind to help clean when my wife retreated into her phone. She laughed at my jokes with a little too much warmth. Sometimes, her hand brushed mine as she passed a glass. Tiny sparks I tried to ignore. But loneliness is a tide. You can only hold it back for so long before it swallows you. One night it finally broke. My wife was out of town for work, and Rachel stopped by to drop something off. We ended up sitting in the kitchen, sipping coffee, talking about nothing serious. Movies, work, everyday life. Then the tone shifted. Does she even see you anymore? Rachel asked softly. The question stopped me cold. It was the same thought that had haunted me for months. I tried to laugh it off, but my throat locked. Finally I admitted. No, not really. Her expression softened. Then she's blind, she murmured. Because you're you. The silence that followed pressed heavy on my chest. Her eyes held mine and didn't let go. Then, leaning in slightly, she said it. Kiss me. My heart thundered so hard I swore the room could hear it. A storm of thoughts collided. This was wrong, this was betrayal. And yet, it was also everything I had been starving for. Someone seeing me, wanting me, reminding me I was alive. I didn't kiss her that night. I pulled back, muttered something about it being late, and walked her to the door. But her words, kiss me, echoed in my head louder than anything my wife had said in months. After that, I couldn't stop noticing her. The way she listened, really listened when I spoke. The way her laughter carried when no one else found me funny. The way her gaze lingered just long enough to remind me I still mattered. And as my wife kept drifting farther away, Rachel seemed to draw me closer. I wish I could tell you I resisted, that I walked away. But the truth is, one night I didn't. My wife was absent again. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I broke. Rachel was there. Her hand slipped into mine, and when she whispered those words again, kiss me, this time I did. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't some cinematic moment of passion. It was messy, desperate, weighted with everything I had been holding inside. But it was real. For the first time in years I felt wanted, desired, alive. The guilt followed instantly, heavy as chains. This wasn't the man I believed myself to be. I wasn't supposed to betray vows I'd made. But in a twisted way, hadn't she betrayed me first? Not with another man, but with silence, with indifference, with a cold neglect that turned our marriage into a tomb. That thought tortured me for weeks. I couldn't look at Rachel the same. I couldn't look at my wife the same either. Every interaction became thick with secrets. And then came the night that broke me. Lying beside my wife, I reached for her out of habit. She sighed, turned away, pulled the blanket tighter. No touch, no warmth, just a wall. In that moment I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't even hurt. I was empty. My marriage hadn't ended with Rachel's kiss. It had been gone long before that. Her kiss only forced me to face it. When my wife eventually asked why I seemed distant, I finally told her the truth. Not about Rachel but about us. About the way she had abandoned me long before I ever faltered. About how I could no longer survive in a marriage that felt like solitary confinement. There was no screaming, no explosion. Just quiet acknowledgement, a sorrowful recognition that we had let something precious die. Walking away was painful. But it was necessary. Because sometimes the cruelest form of betrayal isn't infidelity. It's neglect. It's making the one who loves you feel like a ghost in their own home. Rachel's place in my story will always be complicated. But she gave me something I had nearly forgotten. Proof that I was still human, still worthy of touch, affection, love. My wife stopped touching me. And in that silence, she lost me. In another's eyes, I finally found the strength to face the truth. I deserved more than empty space in a shared bed. I deserved to be seen,